From the outside, this looks like just another compact camper van. But the moment you step inside, everything changes. Somehow, the designers managed to fit a spacious lounge, a fully equipped kitchen, a private bathroom, and even a surprisingly comfortable sleeping area into a footprint this small. And just when you think you've seen the smartest part of the layout, there's a feature hidden inside that completely changes the way this camper feels. Stay with me, because by the end of this tour, you'll see why many people are calling this one of the smartest camper van layouts of 2026. At first glance, there's nothing about this camper that screams luxury or innovation. In fact, parked beside larger motorhomes, it almost looks ordinary. But that's exactly what makes it so interesting, because hidden inside this compact footprint is a layout that completely changes your expectations of what a camper van can be. Built on the Volkswagen Crafter platform, this 2026 compact camper measures roughly 6.2 meters, or just over 20 feet long, with a width of around 2.2 meters. Those dimensions place it right in the sweet spot for travelers who want the comfort of a motorhome without the stress of driving a giant RV. And trust me, that's important. Many campers become difficult to maneuver once you leave wide highways and enter small towns, mountain roads, or crowded campsites. This one remains surprisingly manageable while still offering features you'd normally expect in something much larger. But the real surprise begins the moment that side door opens. The first thing you'll notice is how open everything feels. Now, on paper, this isn't a huge vehicle, yet somehow the interior creates an immediate sense of space. Large windows allow natural light to flood the cabin, while the warm wood finishes and modern furnishings give it a much more premium feel than you'd expect from a compact camper. And here's what's interesting. Most camper manufacturers talk about maximizing space. Very few actually make the space feel bigger than it is. This one does. The lounge area is a perfect example. With the front captain's chairs rotated around, the living space instantly becomes a comfortable social area. Whether you're having breakfast, planning tomorrow's route, or simply relaxing after a long drive, this space feels remarkably inviting. But here's where things get clever. Many compact campers force you to choose between comfort and practicality. If the seating is spacious, storage suffers. If storage improves, the lounge starts feeling cramped. This layout manages to balance both. And surprisingly, this isn't even the smartest part of the interior. Before we get to that, let's take a look at the kitchen. Now, if you've ever traveled in a compact camper before, you already know kitchens are usually where compromises start appearing. Counter space disappears. Storage becomes limited. Cooking feels like an afterthought. But that's not the case here. Despite the vehicle's compact dimensions, the kitchen provides everything needed for daily travel. You get a 2-burner cooking area, a sink, practical work surfaces, and intelligently designed storage compartments. What I like most is that everything feels purposeful. Nothing has been added simply to impress buyers at a showroom. Instead, the layout appears designed by people who actually understand life on the road. And while the kitchen is certainly impressive, it still isn't the feature that surprised me most. In fact, the next area might be even more important for long-term travel: the bathroom. Because let's be honest, this is usually where compact campers struggle. Manufacturers often squeeze a tiny bathroom into whatever space remains, leaving owners with something that's functional but not exactly enjoyable to use. Fortunately, that's not what happened here. Somehow, the designers found room for a genuinely usable bathroom setup, including a toilet, sink, storage solutions, and a dedicated shower area. And that's a bigger deal than it might sound. When you're traveling for days or even weeks at a time, having access to a comfortable private bathroom can completely change the experience. It gives you more freedom, more flexibility, and less dependence on campsites or public facilities. But even after seeing the lounge, kitchen, and bathroom, we still haven't reached the feature that completely changes this camper. And honestly, this is where things start getting really interesting. Because if you're wondering where everyone sleeps, you're about to find out why this layout is getting so much attention. During the day, the camper feels open and spacious. At night, it transforms. The lower seating area can convert into an additional sleeping space when needed, providing flexibility for families or extra guests. But that's not the feature I've been hinting at. The real magic is above us. With the push of a mechanism, the roof opens up and reveals something most people never expect from a camper this size: an entirely separate sleeping area. Suddenly, what looked like a compact camper from the outside gains a second level, and that's the moment everything clicks. This isn't just a clever feature. It's the reason the entire layout works. Without the pop-top roof, the interior would need to sacrifice either living space or sleeping comfort. Instead, the designers effectively created a second bedroom without increasing the vehicle's road footprint. That's genius. The upper sleeping area comfortably comfortably accommodates 2 adults and feels far more spacious than most people expect. Thanks to the surrounding windows and elevated position, it creates a cozy retreat that's separate from the rest of the camper. And if you're keeping count, that means this camper can sleep up to 4 people while still maintaining a comfortable living area during the day. That's impressive for a vehicle measuring just over 20 feet long. But there's another detail that deserves attention: storage. Because no matter how beautiful a camper looks in a showroom, it quickly becomes frustrating if there's nowhere to put your gear. Fortunately, storage has clearly been prioritized here. Overhead cabinets, hidden compartments, under-seat storage, kitchen drawers, wardrobe space, and utility areas have all been integrated into the design. And here's what makes it special. The storage never feels obvious. Instead of dominating the interior, it's blended naturally into the layout, helping maintain the open atmosphere that makes this camper feel so spacious. Now let's talk about some of the numbers. This camper is expected to feature Volkswagen's reliable 2.0-liter turbo diesel engine, producing up to 177 horsepower and approximately 410 Newton-meter of torque. That provides enough power for highway cruising, mountain routes, and fully loaded road trips without feeling underpowered. The gross vehicle weight remains around 3,500 kilograms, which is important because it keeps the camper accessible to many drivers who don't want to move into larger motorhome categories. Fuel economy is expected to range between roughly 10 and 13 liters per 100 kilometers, depending on driving conditions, which is quite respectable for a fully equipped camper. And all of those numbers support the same conclusion. This camper isn't trying to be the biggest. It isn't trying to be the flashiest. Instead, it's trying to be one of the smartest. Every area serves multiple purposes. Every feature feels intentional, and every square inch works harder than you expect. Which brings us to the question many of you have been waiting for. How much does all of this cost? Well, depending on the configuration, equipment package, and optional upgrades, pricing is expected to start around $90,000. Higher spec versions equipped with additional features can reach approximately $110,000 to $125,000. That's certainly a significant investment, but when you consider the Volkswagen platform, the innovative pop-top sleeping system, the private bathroom, the practical kitchen, the ability to sleep 4 people, and what may be one of the smartest space-saving layouts we've seen in a compact camper, it starts to make a lot more sense. And after seeing everything this camper offers, maybe the most impressive thing isn't how much they managed to fit inside. It's how spacious it still feels once they did.